Present the chart? Where? Oh, that's true. I don't hide any dark secrets. But she does. Okay. This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office.
Yes?
Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you?
Mind filling me in?
Okay, we were just trying to show the secret that we already knew she had. I guess that's why it was confusing to me. Dr. Magnus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad hair, Doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Waukie's failed operation.
Interesting.
You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it?
You were bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents.
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney.
Lies! Lying liars who lie! My bracelet's reacting again.
What is it, Apollo?
I felt my bracelet vibrate just now.
Your bracelet?
Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away.
But I can't see anything, Apollo.
Huh? Then what's my bracelet reacting to?
Wait, maybe. Yes, that has to be it.
What has to be it?
Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine.
Huh? Not possible. I'm pretty dumb.
I can't see it, but you can sense it.
I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything.
Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. But we don't know what her nervous habit is.
Well, then what do we do?
You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses.
And it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Makes me feel better. I don't know where I got this thing. It's pretty neat. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony.
Why would I go to the clinic now for a half-year-old chart?
Let's press that. But your signature was on the chart.
So, what does that have to do with this case? If there was something in that chart to make me look bad, I would have dealt with it. The only one responsible for that chart is the presiding doctor, Dr. Maractus.
She's hiding something. I can smell it. And I bet she's got a habit that gives it away. I just have to focus to find her nervous habit. Maybe it's time to give my bracelet a rub. A rub-a-dub-dub. Habits. But what are we looking for? I want to suspect her hands. Oh, the ring! She plays with her ring. Really subtle. I have you now. Why would I go to the clinic?
Gotcha!
Did you go to the clinic? Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word, now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring.
What?
She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. Now that's what I call music. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat.
That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it.
Indeed. Huh? Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now, I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence! Right! Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. The checkup report, right? Because Waki found out about it. Hopefully that's right, and I'm not about to get a game over. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Gitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this?
Nothing. Why should I think anything?
Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew that Waki's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Her feathers. Oh, her feathers. Lie. Perceived. That's all, Your Honor.
What just happened? Did everything go like all black and white and then it kind of was inverse colored and everything stopped moving? Did they just admit to lying?
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. It was all wiggly-biggly. Very psychedelic, very cool. Yeah. So the lady was lying, it seems. Oh, that's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Gitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala?
You guessed it.
Order!
I did it! I broke her testimony! I threw it on the ground!
Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait.
Huh?
Miss Tiala?
It's true. That chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Waki and went home.
It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us. Is it clear yet? It is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination.
I was so close!
You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all.
I warned him and left, and why is there a bullet? We're gonna press you first. Hold it! How did Dr. Maractus respond to the warning?
Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even. Who wouldn't be scared to learn a Gitaki was after them?
Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any monsters. At all. Why, we had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom.
Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which I carried you back to your chambers. Yes, yeah.
Sounds like the judge had quite a fright.
Nothing happened in Dr. Marcus' office that day, huh?
What about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo.
I know. But we can't prove when it happened. Nor that Alita Tiala was in any way involved.
Well, let's try putting some evidence up anyway.
There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went, Apollo?
Time to figure out what really happened at that clinic. My first time in half a year. Went to warn him. Doctor was too timid. Ought to go to the clinic now for half-year-old chart. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. So this is definitely the statement. Nothing happened. So the bullet is a pretty big deal, but I still probably not time for that. I think the lamp in his office is the closest thing we have to evidence of just saying, why was there a big mess? Objection! Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? Oh man, not even close.
I'm not sure I follow you.
Alright, I guess we'll see what a game over looks like.
That's enough. I see no need to further prolong this trial. The defense's case is insufficient to overturn the prosecution's claims. This court finds the defendant, walkie-talkie, guilty. And will surrender himself to the court's care to undergo a regular trial at the High Court within a month's time. Court's adjourned.
Okay. No pressure. Nothing happened. So the lamp didn't accomplish anything. Maybe the bullet? Does the bullet matter? Objection! It is time for the bullet. You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this.
What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay.
Kind of like you, actually. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Objection!
Enough of this joking around. The police investigated the clinic.
Objection! But this was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe? Oh, I guess the police didn't check that far.
Objection!
But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day?
Objection! Weren't you the one who explained the rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kentucky mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder.
Not bad, Hair Forehead. You're doing some good work.
Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately.
Yes, sir. 30 minutes later, 30 minutes of bailiff looking later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. I'd taste those marks anywhere. That's bailiff brand bullets. You're gonna love the way the rifling marks taste. They're made with care, with love.
Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position.
The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart.
Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe?
Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala.
Order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness?
Alita Tiala knew about Wagi-Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination?
What?
That reminds me.
Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious. So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune?
Objection! You can't object! Whoa! You keep talking trash about my Alita! And I'll sue you, lawyer man! Huh? Me? Yeah, you'd abuse my Alita! I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can have it. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. I did it. I done it. All right? He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that park. Joaquin, just cool down a second. You keep your hands off my Alita a while.
Misty Ala? What's so funny?
I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've laughed so hard.
Something funny?
Walkie, wake up and smell reality.
Little baby?
The signature on the chart, the engagement? I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself.
Alita? Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein.
Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway.
So, the family fortune is what you're really after?
That's right. I wanted the money.
No way! That's whack! I ain't trying to hear that!
Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question?
Me? You want, yeah, well, hi.
I believe you said you were going to abuse me.
Accuse. It's a different word. It's an important distinction.
Of what crime, might I ask?
Huh?
Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I'd already left the clinic.
What?
I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat.
Wait, but...
What are you talking about?
Trucy?
You had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol, now did I? Well, you could have taken walkies. You'd think he'd have mentioned that. No. All I've heard him say is, it was me. I shot him.
That's only because he's trying to protect you and is stupid. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. Oh, it's great. Huh? But the two of you are forgetting one critical point.
What point?
Certainly, the Fraulein wanted that chart. Yeah. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe. But then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. You see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe.
Ah!
He's right.
Misty Ala.
Yes.
It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. I no longer wish to date you. I'm sorry. Tiola, I'm breaking up with you.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day.
Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. Okay, so now that you're clearly lying, what lies are you going to tell on top of your other lies that we can just keep pushing until your lies make a lie web and you get caught in the lie web like a dumb lie spider who's bad at spinning lie webs?
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
The temple? Oh, in his head, right. The temple. I was like, the temple? When did we get to a church? And he got shot in the temple? I never heard about this. But you mean on his head. I'm with us. I'm with it now. I got it.
You went back later.
That chart was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day.
But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? No.
And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place.
Ah, that was you?
Ah, Apollo, that sound! It came from behind this door.
Someone's in there. A break-in. They left through that window. So you were the burglar.
That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing. And brazen at that.
Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Oh, take me away. Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know. Oh, so terrible, so bad.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Admitting the little crime to avoiding the big one, eh?
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor.
We're gonna press everything that you say, every little word. Why that day?
That brat was uncontrollable. He was ready to kill. And that would bring in the police. And that chart would become evidence. And I'd be hung out to dry with no Maractus money. But the police didn't check the safe, did they?
Well, they thought the crime scene was the park. I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah? I'm kind of thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually.
I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I'm back to the clinic later.
Later?
When I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day.
Yeah?
So I waited until the day after. The 16th, was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way.
But why did Dr. Maractus keep that chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it.
Because he's a coward. The chart was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature on that chart, to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you?
You kind of are admitting it a little, but I guess we don't, kind of. But you could have stolen it.
Could have? Is this some new definition of proof?
Well, ask Walkie. He'll tell us.
Might I remind you, this is a cross-examination. You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself for the moment. Yeah. Danke.
Okay. He's right, isn't he?
And that brat was spotted at the park the moment of the crime.
That's true. Yeah, but...
But what? You have nothing to say. The case is over. It was over the moment that brat was seen in the park. What's the point in dragging it out any further? Huh? Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
That's a weird thing to say. You're weird. The doctor was shot in the right temple, yeah?
So it seems.
Let's review the facts again, shall we? Why not? We got nothing to do. Not have a busy recording session to get to where I make all the money. Just go ahead, go right ahead. If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead, yeah? However, the entry wound was in the right temple. This side, if we make it for the people at home, yeah. Boop. The right for...
Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday with that crazy weirdo who we're not going to bring up again. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
No, that's what he said, and we proved that was wrong. Weren't you paying attention to the whole last half of the trial, Judge? But the testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shot it from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple.
Silly, silly attorney.
What?
Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning?
Do you remember, Trucy?
I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. Just a glass of milk, because I'm anorexic. What matters is this one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken.
I don't think he is, actually. But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Then why don't you show us, Herr Forehead? Show you? What? Must I explain everything? Very well. Okay, we do it. No, let's recap. I tell you what you have to tell me. I will spoon feed it to you. We help each other. I do it secretly, so it does not seem that I am. Okay? Good. If the witness, Panties guy, who was what's his name now? I call him that. Yeah, that's the name I give him. Was standing to the north. Then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. If you can do it. Oh! Walkie-talkie was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. And of course, Pal Maractus was at the victim mark.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim?
They were someplace else. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime. Can't do it. Without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location.
What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
I don't get to show. It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Huh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Aha! We've already messed up so much you can't raise the stakes anymore on us. Sorry, Gavin. Oh. Are you gonna do it now? Like so.
Double penalty?
There's a little anticlimactic when I'm already doing so poorly, but okay. I'm happy to have gotten your air guitar solo. Thanks. Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. I think they were inside the noodle stand. Challenge accepted. It's justice time.
Are you sure, Apollo?
The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. Inside the noodle stand. He was killed by murderous noodles. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala.
What do you mean?
Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared.